I am so excited for today's video. Definitely going to be one of my favorites. Today I am putting together some really fun projects using Dollar Tree items. These are viral things that everyone is trying to make online. I'm really breaking them down, putting my own spin on them, but they are really incredible projects that I'm just super proud of and can't wait to share with you how to do it. Please leave me a big thumbs up and let's get on into it. Okay, so I'm seeing everyone online talking about how to get faux mums. These can be so expensive, but Dollar Tree actually sells a floral pick that says wildflower on the tag, comes in several different colors, and it is a good quality for $1.25 that you actually can create like a faux pot of mums with these. I just love them. I love how they have the greenery mixed in with them. They come with several colors and you can kind of make them look a little bit more full with just some plain greenery. I think it would look really, really good if you could find one color of these flowers and purchase all the same color, but you can purchase multicolor mums, so that's what I'm going with. I didn't fret it, I just go ahead and pick several of the colors that I liked of these. There's one more like lighter peach color that I didn't like as well, so I left that one behind. But for these, I am just mixing them up. The hardest part of this project is just removing those tags because they're like plastic, so you can't rip them. You have to take the time to cut them off. But I took a few seconds to make sure the colors were well distributed throughout this whole bouquet and fix it up. And then I'm just using a hair tie, or you can use a rubber band to attach these at the bottom, keep them close together, and then just place them down inside of an inexpensive pot. And then after I slid them down into the planner, I'm just going to add some rocks in it if I set it outside. I just displayed this inside to show you all, but you need about 10 to 15 floral picks. So for under 20 bucks, you're getting an amazing mum arrangement that I think looks pretty realistic. Okay, so have you guys seen these viral fairy pumpkins that everyone is making? I think they're the most adorable thing, and bonus points if you can find little fairies or accessories from the Dollar Tree, I guess in the summertime, that you can pair with these. But I wanted to keep this using Dollar Tree items instead of going out and trying to find the foam pumpkin that everyone is using. So I just picked up this stack of stacking pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. It was $5, and I am only going to be using the middle one in this project, but you definitely can save the larger one and smaller one for another DIY. Set them together. Definitely don't let them go to waste. Repurpose them. I'm going to be using some moss and popsicle sticks to put this project together. I cut out a hole for the door, and I wanted to create my own little fairy door. You can purchase these online, but just trying to keep this as inexpensive as possible. I hot glued a bunch of popsicle sticks together with a popsicle stick. These didn't curve like the shape of the pumpkin, so I had to glue them on a string and then remove the popsicle sticks so that these would curve around the shape of the pumpkin. So you'll see what I'm talking about. This was a lot easier to do than it looks, but if you wanted to, you could go ahead and try to skip the step of gluing the popsicle sticks on the back and just start with a string, but it did hold it really nice and tight while I cut it, so you'll just have to mess around with it and see which one works best for you. I decided to paint the door a darker brown color and then cut out my windows and just start decorating this. I didn't like how shiny plastic the orange was, so I did use some of my chalk paint in the pumpkin color, as well as just a little bit of territorial beige just to darken it up and give it a little bit of shading. So it didn't look perfect, but go ahead and give it a couple of coats, let that dry, and then just start putting on a ton of moss and tiny little floral pieces and pine cones that I had on hand and really dress this up. I will admit this reindeer moss smells kind of weird like chemicals, so I did try to just hurry up and get it on there and then wash my hands. but you can definitely pick up any other kind of moss that you want or purchase some from Walmart, or maybe a craft store would be a little bit better quality. But I went ahead and cut it down because it was in such large pieces. And then for the top, I had this little pumpkin stem glued on some leaves already, and I wanted to use it, but I couldn't attach it to the hole on the top, so I just put a popsicle stick underneath for a little bit of support. And then that wooden bead hanger is just one of those round little wreaths. I cut the tag away and then just started piling on the decorations. I thought these looked so cute. I had this little wreath heart ring from, I think it's from Hobby Lobby, out of the wedding section, but I looked my whole craft room over for a tiny little heart, like a wooden heart, so anything that you have would work, but this does look natural and looked really cute. I created a little ladder for this side. I'll have to find a fairy to go with this, but I thought it turned out too cute. Okay, this next project is a really fun one. Penny Russell asked me if I could make my own exploding canvas, and to be honest, I had to look up what an exploding canvas was, but it looked really fun, so I had to try it. There are so many ideas if you want to look them up yourself. I wanted to make a little bit of a larger one, so I am using one of the stretched canvases out of the plus section, so it's $5 for a 2-pack, so it's just going to be $2.50. Or you can use the $1.25 smaller one. I am using a coordinating paint as well as scrapbooking paper just because I want it to just not look crazy full of colors, because I am going to be using some colorful things on the inside, so just trying to keep the outside a little bit more muted and coordinating together. I started with a coat of moss paint. I would go ahead and do 2 coats on this because it was a little bit streaky. And then you let that dry, flip it over, and then put something on the back that you want to show through whenever you do the little exploding flaps that's going to be showing the inside. So I'm using a ton of Mod Podge because I really want this to adhere to the canvas. It's going to soak it up, and I want this to be like one solid piece. So go ahead and attach that, and it's going to be face up, so make sure that you do show it, so whenever you fold your tabs over, it is showing. I let that completely dry, and then you start cutting your tabs. So you do an X and then a T shape, and this is going to be the perfect size little flaps that you can fold back and glue to make it look like this canvas really is exploding and revealing what's behind it. So I go ahead and fold it over first, and then add the hot glue because you can kind of tell where the paper bends and the hot glue needs to go. And then you can hold these in place just for a few seconds and it stays. This is such a fun idea. So many things you can use this for. I'll definitely be recreating one for Christmas time, but I love how it looks with the plaid peeking out on the sides and it coordinating with the green that we painted the canvas. So after I let that completely cool off, I needed a backing. So I'm using a canvas the same size. This is just a $1.25, one of the largest flat canvases that Dollar Tree has, and then going to put whatever I want or layer whatever I want on this canvas to show through the back. Now this is one of my favorite things Dollar Tree sells, are these little scarecrow yard stakes. I think they are adorable. They have so many fun colors. They're just cute. So that's what I wanted to use. I put down a piece of craft paper just so it wasn't blank white, and then I removed the little metal stake from the bottom just by wiggling it around and breaking off the little welded part, and it's mostly just tack, so it's pretty easy to do. And then glued this metal piece down, and then all of the ones online that I was seeing had some kind of faux floral or moss in them, so I didn't want to skip that step. I thought it would really elevate it, so using some of my favorite little Dollar Tree sunflowers, I love the mini ones the best, and started just putting them around this as well as some greenery in the bottom. Because I wanted to break up the color of the orange a little bit, I'm using some of the white sunflowers right beside them, and this just, I don't know, adds in another little color, so it's not just all the same thing. But I think this turned out really, really cute. One of my favorite things that I made in today's video, but it's really fun just to come up with new ideas and try them out for yourself, and just really fun. So definitely everyone try this and let me know how it goes. Okay, for the next project, you can pick up a book from the thrift store or pick one up at Dollar Tree. If you don't like destroying books or using them to craft with, you can go ahead and skip this project. But for me, I love reading books, so it's just super fun to incorporate them into my decor, especially old books I'm not going to read or I didn't enjoy or just something that's going to go to the trash, so I just want to find a way to repurpose it. For this project, it is a really fun one. All you have to do is take the book and open it up and then curve over several pages to create these little loops. And then what you're going to do, you don't want to tack these down just yet. You want to cut off the top of them and go ahead and rip those pages out of the top so that you're left with the bottom half, and then you can loop them back around, glue them in place, and they're going to create a little place that you can put some flowers in. I'm going to continue gluing these down until I get all of the ones that I trimmed off in these little loops, and then stand this up. I did tack the edges to the board of the book just so they wouldn't keep falling forward, and then just pick out your favorite Dollar Tree florals. Once again, I love these mini sunflowers. They're one of my favorite things that Dollar Tree sells as far as their floral picks. I just feel like they're high-end looking. They're really good quality. So I decided to go ahead and stick one in there as is because I want some of these to stand up really tall, but mostly cutting these down so that they fit so cute inside these little loops, trying to make the colors all spread out and even. And you can tell these are all the same flowers but in different colors, but not skipping to add the little wheat pieces in the back. It adds so much detail and character to this. You could add a bow to the front or a little charm. I decided to go ahead and just leave this very minimal, but I think it is beautiful. Such a fun way to display your love of reading, but also looks really decorative. Dollar Tree is already putting out their Christmas selection. Now, so far it's not new items, it's just kind of leftovers from last year. So I did find some of these large clear ornaments that you can put things in, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to match them up for a Halloween project and stuff them with some Halloween flowers and display them really cool. So I'm using 2 black candlestick holders, going ahead and stuffing the flowers in there. Now, I did quickly learn that this little floral pick came with these black bats on there, so I cut them off and actually glued it to the top of the flower just to add a little bit extra something. They set kind of shallow inside of these large ornaments, so I just wanted that to stick up at the top. So go ahead and glue that in place, stuff these into the ornament balls, and then put them on the candlesticks. And they're going to look like little crystal balls or just kind of mystical pieces. I love how they turned out. I just glued them down in place. They're so easy, but they'll add height to any table setting decor. You could pair this with some string lights, but a really cute fun piece. It is no secret that these Sherpa Ghosts, these fuzzy white ghosts, are taking the internet by storm. I even made a set of them using paper towel holders, and I'll link that video down below if you want to check that out. But I had another really fun idea using that same white auto cloth that comes at Dollar Tree. I am using one of these largest wooden ghost pieces, and I'm cutting away the arms and applying this over the front. Now, this is going to be flat, so you can use it as a door hanger if you make the back look really pretty and cover it up, or you can set this out on a table. But I go ahead, remove the arms, and then place this auto cloth over the top of it. Now, you could see the face through it. All you have to do is put a piece of cardstock or a piece of paper over the darker face, and it's going to make it blend in, and then start attaching this down in the back. So you do want to glue the hot glue down on the top and the bottom, but you don't want to glue it too tight down on the sides because you do want this to look like it's holding a pumpkin or something with its hands, and you don't want it to be too tight that you can't pull the fabric on the sides. So go ahead, flip this back over, and then I am using one of these wooden pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I go ahead, remove the little jute tassel at the bottom as well as the beading, and then glue this down in place and then make it look like it has it in his hands by gluing the little pieces to the sides. And then using my Cricut, I cut out some ovals using my permanent vinyl. Now you would think that stickers wouldn't stick very well to this kind of fabric, but this permanent vinyl from the Cricut brand does stick really, really well, or you could use a permanent marker, but I decided not to add the mouth, just the little eyes right now, but I think he's too cute and also would look cute with a hanger to hang on the front door. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. It was such a fun one. I love putting all of these viral trends to the test and making them myself. If you have seen anything else you'd love to see me try on this channel, be sure to leave that in the comments down below. Also, leave a big thumbs up and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.